Hi everybody! So as you can tell, this week's video is a little bit different. I want to talk a little bit about kids sharing and mom shaming for a second. So to help you understand what brought on this video, I want to give you the backstory that got me here. So as you know, if you follow my Facebook page, I spent a lot of time at the libraries. So when I was at a library, probably a couple weeks ago now, doing one of the activity days, I had one little one with me and we were playing at the water table. There was another little boy playing at the water table as well. I'm gonna say that he was probably around 2. The little one I had was as well. The two of them were playing, I would say, parallel play, meaning the same thing but not together, at the water table for between 10 to 15 minutes. And they were doing awesome. They were trading with each other and kind of taking turns when the other one wanted or asked or kind of like tried to pull something away from the other one. They did really well for 2-year-olds. I was super impressed. Then a little girl walked over, I would say around the same age. She walked over and was just watching the little boy that was also playing there. She didn't move towards him for a toy. She didn't say anything. She didn't initiate anything. She was just watching for a few minutes. And the little boy's mother was like, "Oh, I think that little girl would like a turn. Why don't you give her your scoops and your toys and stuff that you're using in the water table and let her have a turn?" And the look on the 2-year-old boy's face, as you can imagine, was horror. He was like shaking his head. He was not having it. I was not in her head. I don't know. So all I can imagine is that she was basically thinking, I've said this out loud. I need to reinforce it. So she took the toys away from him and gave them to the little girl. And as you can imagine it too, he was heartbroken. He melted down. He threw himself on the floor. He was not having it. She gave him a couple minutes. He still was losing his mind. So she picked him up and said, "That's it. We're done. We're going home." And they left. And I was slightly devastated for the little boy because he was playing so nicely. He was doing such a great job. He was, playing. He was engaged. He was doing awesome. And she just took the stuff and gave it to the little girl because the little girl looked like she might be interested. So doing what I normally do, my sister, for those of you who don't know or haven't heard me talk about her, has a lot of children. So when these situations come up, I send her a text and I'm like, what the heck? Explain this to me. Help me out. Get me to understand what this mom was thinking. And she put it a way that made the most sense, I think, and said, no one wants their child to be the child who doesn't share. Nobody wants their child to be the child who is hogging all the toys. Nobody wants that for their child. Everybody wants their child to be including everybody and to be sharing and to being kind and doing all those things. So to help reinforce that, sometimes you do it any way it means possible because you don't want someone else to be judging you or looking bad at you. And I get it, because although I am not a mom, I am not a parent, I have witnessed mom shaming to no end. I have sat beside people who are having conversation about, did you hear so-and-so's not breastfeeding? Did you hear so-and-so's doing cry it out? Did you hear so-and-so isn't doing cry it out? Did you hear so-and-so is not having a sleep consultant? Is doing this, is doing that? Did you hear? Did you know? Blah, 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 blah. I understand that mom shaming is huge nowadays. I get it. Kids need to share. I am the first one on board with taking turns teaching children so they understand how to share. But as the youngest of 5 kids, I also understand that sometimes kids share and sometimes kids should not have to share. I am so on the fence with this topic, I can't even begin to explain it to you. I will be the first one to tell a child to go ask someone else if they can have a turn, and be the same first one when the child comes back and says he said no to go, that's his choice. Because I believe that although kids should learn and understand how to ask for a turn, should know how to ask for a toy, not all kids have to say yes to them, and they have to learn that sometimes it's okay if someone tells you no. And sometimes you're gonna have to wait a long time for a turn with a toy. Sometimes it's just the way it's going to be. With all that said, I am dying to know what you all think. What is your stance on sharing and toys and kids playing and taking turns? What do you do? What works for you? What doesn't work for you? Do you make your kids share every single time no matter what? Or do you sometimes say, you know what? You don't have to take turns. You don't have to share. sometimes people are going to tell you no. What do you all do? Please comment and let me know. I know I've been told before, if you don't have a YouTube channel or a YouTube account, you can't comment right on my video that you're seeing. So if not, go back to wherever you found this link, my Facebook page, whatever group I've shared it in, whatever I've done. Let me know. I'm legitimately curious what all you parents think and what you guys do. You parents have so much to worry about and think about and be concerned about. I cannot even imagine, but I would still love to know what you think and what your opinions are. So that is it for this week. Thank you for coming to watch my video. Thank you for hopefully commenting and letting me know what you think. And I will see you next week. Bye, guys.